Alright guys, so today we will be looking at this ear assist valve. If you can see it, it's pretty beat up. So I took this off a 2007 Honda CRV, and what we're going to do today, we're going to see if we can repair this ear assist valve. Just to note, I already have a used good one on the vehicle that's working perfect, but this is the old one that I took off, and I'm going to try to attempt to repair this. Right? I've never seen this done before, so I'm gonna try and have an attempt at it. What I noticed with this ear assist valve though, there's a lot of carbon buildup inside this hole, and we're going to see if we can use some. This is a mass airflow sensor cleaner. Okay, we're gonna see if we can use this. You can also use throttle body cleaner to see if we can free up some of this carbon deposit in this hole. Alright, so you just take your mass airflow sensor cleaner. I'm gonna spray some of it in this hole. Yes, forgive me here, I'm using one hand, I have a phone in the other hand, so it's a bit difficult to get this in here. Alright, I got some in. So you can just take it, clean it. What you can do is also cover this hole with your finger. And just spray it in that hole and kind of give it some shake it up a bit. Then you discard of the cleaner. So if I shake this up a bit, I'm gonna see if I can see it's already running now. So discard of it. This cloth. Discard of it. So reason why you're not seeing a lot of carbon coming out of this one, I already tried and clean it with this airflow sensor. There was a lot of carbon in it, and yeah, had a lot of black stuff coming out. Alright, so once you just pull it up, shake it up like this with the mass airflow sensor cleaner within it, or the carb cleaner. You can use throttle body cleaner as well. I wouldn't recommend brake cleaner because that's a bit harsh, but yeah, throttle body cleaner, mass airflow sensor cleaner, or carb cleaner, I think those are good. Alright, so once you clean it up to the point where you're not seeing any black residue coming out of it, that means that it's fairly clean. The carbon is kind of cleaned up from out of it. What you can go ahead and do now is to actually get a stove or some. I'm using a stove in this example. You can light your stove. Alright. So once you light your stove, to actually test it now that it's clean and it's working, right? It's clean and it's working. You can just heat up that little tip right here. Just heat it up, and if you can see when I blow in this, let me just take it away here for a minute. When I blow in this, you're supposed to, like how it's cool now, you're supposed to have air flowing through here and coming out of here, or vice versa, through here and coming out of here, because it's open. Right now it's open because it's cooled. So it closes when it reaches around I think it's 120 degrees Fahrenheit. It closes off. That's when the engine warm up. That's when the coolant is warm. It's gonna close because this tip here goes where the coolant is in the engine block, right? So once let me blow here and let you see. Hearing that sound, that means air is coming through. So when I warm it up on the stove now, when I put the tip on the stove and warm it up, there it should be closed at around 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And I should not be able to blow in it and air coming through it, right? So let me just warm it up now. And make sure you clean it thoroughly with the mass airflow sensor cleaner or your cleaner of choice, as mentioned. Alright, so I'm just warming it up now on the stove. Alright, so I'm just simulating what it will do when it's in the engine block in the coolant. Right, so once that tip reaches desired temperature, it should be closed. Alright, so let me just warm it up here. I'm actually feeling some like a different in terms of weight. Yes, so it feels like it's moving already. The rod is moving within it. Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna take it away now and I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna blow in it and see if it's closed. Alright, so we try and blow in it. Oh, alright, that's a lot more difficult this time. Alright, so it's closing, but it's not fully closed as yet. So it's a lot difficult to blow in it right now because it's trying to close. Alright. Alright, I'm heating it up. Alright, so let me try again now. Yes, and it's fully closed now. See, I'm as you can hear, I'm blowing in it and yeah, I'm not getting anything out. So it's fully closed now. So if we leave it to cool now, we're gonna leave it to cool now. So it's fully closed now. So it's working now. So the cleaning of it actually worked. All right. And that the heat movement kind of, dislodge anything that, I guess it dislodge anything that would be in this cylinder right here. Yeah, I mean that we use the cleaner within it. Alright, so if I give it a few minutes, then we're gonna try and blow in it again, and it should be opening because it's cooling down. Alright, so let's give it a few. Alright. Alright, so let me try and blow in it and see if it's opening back again. Oh no, it's still closed. Let's give it a few to cool down. So alright guys, so I left it for a few minutes and you can periodically come and blow in it to check if it's open. So I left it for a few minutes and it's open now. So I blow in it, you'll hear. Yeah, so it's actually open now. It's actually open now. So it's working now. So my conclusion on what's happening is that there's carbon built up in here, as I saw when I pulled it from the vehicle, and using the mass airflow sensor cleaner, it cleaned out a lot of the carbon buildup in here. So the carbon buildup was causing it to the cylinder that's in here not to come up because there's a lot of carbon buildup. So once that is cleaned, it slides along here smoothly. So once you get the carbon buildup from it's gonna slide in the cylinder smoothly. And yeah, so this is working again. So I have basically two working air assist valve. So there's no need to, guys, there's no need to just throw away your air assist valve. The best thing you can do is do this repair and just test if it's working, right? And what you can also do is you can, rather than removing it from the vehicle, you could just find something and block this hole, fill it up with the mass airflow sensor cleaner or your cleaner of choice. Leave it for a few, probably a few minutes well, and after that you can release this hole so it runs out, and you can use some form of compressed air and blow in here. And you just do that repeatedly until you're not seeing any carbon buildup running from here. Once that is done, you can go ahead and reconnect your hose and do your testing again. Start the vehicle and let it idle for a while, preferably around 10 minutes, and see if it closes. But a test that you can do to know if it's working when you leave your car idling for around 10 minutes, get it up to temperature, 120 degrees Fahrenheit or above. You can just go ahead and pinch the hose and see if the RPM change. You can hear when the engine change. If the engine doesn't change after it warms up for the 10 minutes and you pinch the hose, then you know this is working again. But if you leave it for 10 minutes or so forth and you pinch that hose, that's a PCV hose that's connected to here. If you pinch it and you're not seeing, and you hear the RPM change within the engine, engine suddenly becomes quieter, then you know this is still defective. Yeah, so you might have to remove it and or give it some more time, give it some more cleaner in it and let it soak for a bit more. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching. All right.